Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I am excited, even if it is gloomy and cloudy and looking like it's gonna rain here in Sweden. Summer is here and I love summer. Summer is my favorite season. My birthday comes at the end of summer. I like hot weather. I like to sweat. I don't care if Sweden doesn't have air conditioning. I like summer. So today I finally decided to put together a bunch of products that just make me excited that it's summer, and I'm excited to use these products during summer. And so here we go, let's jump into body stuff. So the first thing I have here is self-tanning products. I like to self-tan during the summer just to pretend like I'm enjoying the sun more than I actually am. I use the St. Maurice tanning. This one is in ultra dark. If ultra dark is too intimidating for you, they make other shades like dark and I believe a medium and stuff like that, but you know, I say bring it on. To me, I'm interested in trying like the Saint Tropez or the Loving Tan ones one day, but this one literally is like less than $15, and the other ones I believe are like closer to $30 or $40. And so I can't quite work myself into trying other ones when this one does the job. Now it probably doesn't last as long, or maybe the color isn't as rich or whatnot, but for $13 or $14, $15, however much this is, I can't complain because I get a tan and it stays for about a week. So yeah, I'm excited to self-tan. In fact, I'm going to do that tonight and I'm really darn excited. One of the things that I like to do to extend the life of my tan is make sure I stay moisturized. But these Jergens like wet skin moisturizers are so freaking nice. I love the way they feel. They are so nourishing. These things, I actually want to buy some that are not the self-tan kind just because I enjoy them that much. Yeah, very, very nice product. Really, really highly recommend. Staying kind of in the skin category, but moving to face products, I have to recommend high SPF products. So when I want to wear some high SPF, like tomorrow, I know I'm gonna be out in the sun all day, I will be reaching for this guy. This is my IT Cosmetics CC Cream. It's not my favorite foundation that I own, but when I know I'm gonna be outside, I trust it. 50 SPF. I wear a sunscreen underneath it anyways, and just kind of double layer on the SPF because I honestly don't think you can be too careful. So this gives a really good amount of coverage, but on days when I want a little bit more pulled back light kind of makeup, I will use this Origins Tinted Moisturizer. Hopefully it's focusing. There it goes. And it barely gives a sheen at all. I mean, like, hopefully you can see the kind of crud that's crusted up there. Gross, but you get a sense of how tinted it is. It basically means that it doesn't go on your skin white. And I put that on, let it set up for a second, put on some concealer, sheer the concealer out, and then I go on top with like a Bare Minerals powder foundation or the NYX powder foundation or something like that. And yeah, I enjoy that. I think that it's a nice, you don't feel like you're wearing makeup all day. So when you're, when it's hot out and you don't want to feel like heavy, that is a really good route to go. Now, another product I want to talk about is this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone. I picked this up during a 21 days of beauty sale, or like a hot buy for 50% off, and I wasn't quite sure what to make of it because it's a liquid highlighter. Let me show you a swatch, but I have to admit, I don't actually use it as a liquid highlight, but what I do love to do is mix it into foundations or mix it into my moisturizer before I go in with a lightweight foundation, and I think it just makes a really nice primer for my skin. You can obviously tell it's not too intense. It's just the prettiest sheen or glow. I love to slather it all over my cheeks, all over my forehead right here in the middle, and then just look nice and glowy. And who doesn't want to look glowy in the summer? I don't know. I do. I want to look glowy. Next up is my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder, and I have to just say, like, this is one of the best setting powders I've ever tried. It's got pretty decent coverage. It doesn't look heavy. I mean, it does the job. It's drugstore. Yeah, I have no complaints. And so I constantly reach for that because I have a pretty oily T-zone, and so when I want to make sure that my makeup is as budge proof as I can make it, I will use my damp beauty blender and just set my T-zone with the powder. I love it. I think it looks great. All right, moving into blushes. I have a lot of recommendations, and you may see a theme here. I, of course, recommend a nice corally, peachy blush in the summer. This is NYX Wanderlust. It's a baked blush formula. And let's see if I can give you a little swatch. Really, this one's pretty sheer. You can go pretty, you can build it up pretty well. But I, in general, really like these orangey, corally tones for summer. This is Stila, and this is Vibrant. So that's that one there. This next one here is Fortunate from the Tarte Blush Bazaar, and this one I reach for a ton because mostly because it's in my project pan for my 9 in 2019, but also it's just a really stunning, beautiful blush. And then probably my favorite blush formula of all time is the Laura Geller Baked Blushes, and this is just a blushing trio that I found at like Ross, but it has normal blushes that they carry in their line: Pink Grapefruit, Bora Bora, Maui, and Honeysuckle. And the one that I reach for most in the summer is the Bora Bora Maui mix, because you'll be able to see right there. Again, it's just that orange, peachy kind of sheen that I really, really, really enjoy. All right, let me wipe my hand off and we're gonna move into lipsticks. Okay, for summer, you're gonna see another theme with me, and that's that I love color. Now, I'll usually tend to either do one or the other, do either really bold eyes or really bold lips. And so I'm gonna start out with the bold lippies that I prefer. Now, you'll also see that I prefer bullet lipstick forms over liquid lipsticks, but that's just because I prefer comfort over longevity. I do have one liquid lipstick for you recommendation here, and this is the Wet n Wild Flame of the Game, and that is this color here. And it's a nice orange, can lean a little red depending on your skin tone. And so yeah, I will say it's the lasting power on the liquid lipstick is pretty dang good compared to the bullet lipsticks, but the lasting power on these bullet lipsticks are not bad. Next up, this one here, this more orange leaning one here, is Madly in Love 102 by L'Oreal. And again, they can look a little more orange or a little more red depending on your skin tone, but that's that one. And then starting over here with this pink, this is Too Faced Troublemaker. I don't know if this is available anymore. I found this at TJ Maxx, but basically I'm showing you this just because, you know, Too Faced isn't the only person who makes a bright pink like this, but I think bright pinks like this in the summer can be a lot of fun. So there's that. The next one beside it, this one here, is the ColourPop, the Villains Collection Cruella lipstick. And yeah, so again, it's that one right there. And that one is a gorgeous lipstick. I'm so impressed with how long it wears actually for being bullet formed. And then the next one is a more blue leaning red, and hopefully you can see this. This is Maybelline's Very Cherry, and very nice. I very much enjoy that lipstick. And then the last one here is new to me, and this is MAC Neon Orange. And I have to say, this is one that when I swatch it next to, I've played around with it, swatching it next to the L'Oreal one, and I'm like, oh, they look the same. Like, did I make a mistake and just waste money on this MAC lipstick? But when I wear this one on my lips, it looks distinctly different than this one. So I sometimes think swatches can be deceiving, but all in all, I love a bright orange, I love a bright red, and I like a bright pink occasionally. So let me move into more wearable colors now. The more wearable colors I prefer are, they tend to be like, I'll show you this one. This one's a little bit not as wearable. This is the Too Faced Melted Metallic Debutante. And so that's this here. It is very metallic, but at the same time, I feel like when I wear this, it looks like a gloss more than anything. So Again, this might be a product that could be discontinued now, but the gist of it is these coral, shiny, metallic, or glossy formulas are very fun for summer, so you can easily dupe that product. Now the next one beside this is Bite Beauty's Fig, and this is a nice, pretty, like light pink, and I think if you want a softer summer look that still looks pretty vibrant and like lifelike, Fig is a really nice color. Now, another thing that I absolutely love and something that I'm doing today is I love Buxom liners. And so this one is Dolly Danger. It's a nice mauve-y kind of shade. This is Hush Hush, which is the shade I am wearing. And let me do that one right there, a little bit more warm tone. And then I shear it out too. They come with little brushes, easy to shear out. These pencils take forever to go through. And then this one is the shade Incognito, and it's a more nudie shade, but it's still kind of warm and almost brown leaning. And what I love to do is take a gloss, and the one that I've been using as of late is the Sexy Mother Puckers from Soap and Glory. And this is in the shade Bare Enough. And what I like to do is just layer, line my lips a little bit, shear it out, throw on a gloss. I love that feeling. These are have a little tingle to them. They're not painful at all. And so, I don't know, it's just kind of nice. It's a nice little tingle. Moving into highlights, I have a lot here. I really enjoy highlight. I think there are some people out there in the makeup world who say people my age probably shouldn't be wearing that much highlighter, but I don't care. I don't care if it highlights my wrinkles. I like it. So this is the shade Diamond Dust from Laura Geller, and I just have to say I really enjoy Laura Geller highlighter formulas in general. They're very beautiful, but you're gonna see that all of the ones that I'm showing you right here are all pretty duochromatic shadow shades. And this is the Puma highlighter from Maybelline. Gorgeous. This one on my skin tone pulls more gold, but I've heard that some other people say that it pulls more pink on them. And then this one's not my favorite, but I just wanted to show you that if you're into a more glittery duochrome kind of thing, Stila does make glitter and glow highlighters, and so they're gigantic compared to their actual eyeshadows. But this is the shade Admiral. I picked this up as to use over eyeshadow, and what I've actually been doing is I actually end up wearing it as a highlighter. You have to be careful when you apply it, because I do find that it's not always the most blendable, so you have to kind of blend really quickly. Don't strip, and then blend, because when it sets, it kind of stays there. But I have to say, when I want a little bit of a bold highlight moment, I'm not disappointed by this. So I'm throwing that out there just in case you're not afraid of extreme highlighters. And then probably my most reach for duochrome highlighting anything would be this palette. This is the Aurora palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and here we go. I love this palette. These shades here are lovely. They're my favorite. I'm not gonna swatch them all, but I will swatch one. Hopefully you can see that. Stunning. I'm actually wearing this white one and a cream highlight over the top today. So let me go into more wearable highlights before I scare all of you away. So if you're into more wearable highlights and you're not trying to do the duochrome thing, I'm gonna recommend ColourPop highlighters. Now these are gorgeous, and I don't really have like a shade that's like the end all be all of like this shade will complement everyone and work for everyone. I think that's gonna be personal. Some people really like pinky, like leaning highlights. Some people really like gold, and it really depends on your skin tone too. So I will say I own the shades Flexitarian, Lynch Money, and Wisp. I'm wearing Wisp today, and Wisp is almost too dark for me. Probably looks a little dark on camera right now because there's almost no light coming in my window. Thank you, clouds. But I have to say, during the summer, this is one of my favorite shades to wear because it is close to my skin tone, and I think that it just gives my cheeks like a really wet look to them, and I like that. Now, Flexitarian is what they claim on the internet here. They say that this is pretty blinding, and I think it is. And I only reach for this when I really need it. So this one to me isn't as wearable. If I had to pick one that is wearable and out of the three I own, my favorite, it would probably be Lunch Money. And this is it. It is more gold leaning, but I'll give you a little swatch. But I have to say, like, it's very pretty. So let's see. Yeah. Very natural looking, but it looks, these cream to powder formulas from ColourPop I think are just outstanding. They give your cheeks some actual beautiful highlight, but they don't look heavy. In fact, they look almost wet, but without looking like they're trying to look wet. Does that make sense? They just don't look dry, I think is what I'm trying to say. And I have struggled in the past with certain highlighters making my skin look dry. And so I'm very happy to have found some really great highlighters that I really actually enjoy and really love. All right, now we're moving into eyeshadow. And again, you're gonna see a theme with me, but I'll start out with the non-scary ones. So for the days when I really want a bold lip, I will reach for more neutral leaning shades to wear on my eyes. And I have to give a shout out to Modern Renaissance. It's not my favorite Anastasia palette, but at the same time, it's got some versatility. It's got some nice cooler tone shades, this Bon Fresco, and I don't know, I'm holding it upside down when you can actually bend the lid all the way back. Bon Fresco and Antique Bronze are two of my favorite shades in the palette. When I want a nice smoky lid without like it looking too intense, Antique Bronze is so beautiful. And also, one of my favorite things to do, especially when I'm wearing a little bit of a bold orange leaning lip, if I want to play up that orange, I'll go in with Burnt Orange or Real Guard, depending on how comfortable I feel, and I'll just blow them out into my crease, and then I'll go with Primavera, that gold shade, on my lid, and then I will, you know, just leave it kind of blown out, nothing too structured, and then I will wear my orange lip, and I think that it's really pretty. Another palette that I have to give a shout out to, I picked mine up at TJ Maxx. This is the Too Faced Natural Matte palette. I think this little palette is super duper. It's very nice. I like how compact it is. It has some nice shades, setting shade, a warmer tone, cooler tone. Again, some nice mix of warm and cool tones. And so this is a nice companion palette when I'm pulling for something a little bit more colorful, which I'll reach for now. This is my BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette, and this is a very fun palette. I've been playing with it the past couple weeks, and I have had so much fun. My favorite shades to wear are these really bright pinks. Also, I'm so drawn to these orange, or not orange, yellow and green shades here at the bottom too. They're very fun to play with. This is a stellar palette. I don't know if this is still available. If it is at Ulta or on the BH Cosmetics website and you don't own it, I would say it's worth it. It's great formula. It's well worth the price. It's a very, very good shadow palette. Another one that I almost didn't put in the video, but I'm going to throw in because I think that Sephora now makes a mini version of this, and I almost wish that I had waited because I believe the mini version is like $15 to $18, and I paid like $30 for this, or my husband paid $30 for it when he bought it for me. This is the Violet Voss Rainbow palette, and if you are in need of a shimmer rainbow palette, the formula on this is actually pretty legit. Now I have a couple complaints about it, but all in all, like if you're worried about quality of shadows, don't. My biggest complaint is that these purples are so daggum similar. That one didn't swatch very well for some reason. It goes on the eye really well. Maybe it was my fault. Yeah, it was my fault. So they look so daggum similar that I hate that they have kind of almost like a duplicate shade in there. And then I wish that this Seafoam shade, it's a beautiful shade, but I almost wish that they took that purple, one of those purples out, and gave us a more true like yellow leaning green instead of something like this one. They're so similar. I mean, obviously this is more green, but I miss like a neon green. Like I want like a neon or a darker actual green. But all in all, I have to say, stunning palette, very, very good formula. One of the actual standout shades that people tend to overlook, in my opinion, is this pearl shade. Gorgeous, gorgeous shade, very good. And then also to throw in if you want glitter during the summer, I highly recommend. I picked all of these up. Yeah, no, not all of them. Picked up these two from TJ Maxx, and this is Gypsy and Sea Siren. So I'm not sure if they're available, but if you can find them at TJ Maxx still, then I say go for it because they're very nice shades. Here we go. So this shade here is Gypsy and this one is Sea Siren. Obviously this one's a lot more blue and this one's more purpley gold. So there's those two. And then I have to also, Enchantress is a shade that I wasn't really that intrigued with to begin with, but at the same time, the more I play with some bright pinks, I think it's fun to throw something like this on my lid, which I did over the past couple of weeks, and I think it's really stunning over some very pink, or even some of those shades from the Modern Renaissance palette, like Love Letter and Venetian Red could be really like done nicely with that shade. And then also, this one is not really a summer recommendation other than I felt like this is my favorite, and I feel like maybe Wanderlust would feel guilty knowing that I talked about those three and I didn't mention my absolute favorite, which is this one. So Wanderlust, in my opinion, nothing really summery about it other than it's just freaking gorgeous. It's got so many different shades. I don't even know if you can see it on camera, but it's just, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's got so many different shades of sparkle in it. And yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now that's all for now that I can think of about products that really just get me excited for summer. Let me know in the comments what products get you excited for summer. Maybe I just completely forgot some products. I don't know. Let me know. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a wonderful summer, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.